Good morning. My name is Sharon, and I work with Judy here at Artistic Artifacts. And as you know, she is still in Indonesia. We're all very envious of the beautiful pictures that she's sending back. And on the note of her creative retreats, I wanted to let you know we did have some cancellations for the trip to India that takes place in November, late November. We've been telling you that's sold out, but there is space available. So please contact us if you're interested in that. And as well, there's a couple slots left for her mixed media retreat in Italy. So hopefully you'll look into those and let us know if you're interested. You can check back with our social media and see all of the great pictures of the trips that have been taken in the past. These are really wonderful experiences, full of fiber and mixed media art, great food, wonderful scenery, wonderful tours. So that's that. And the other thing I wanted to let you know about is look what's here, except we can't sell it yet. We are under obligation to hold this until the 13th, but they've arrived. We do have our pre-order up for this magazine, so you can order now and we will ship it right out to you. And look at Judy. There she is. We're really excited about this Mid-Atlantic shop hop. This is the first year that they've come to this area and that we're going to be participating. So this is going to be during the month of July and August, and we hope that a lot of you will make plans to come see us and all of our other fellow quilt shops that are in the area. The sort of what we call the DMV, Maryland, DC, and Virginia is pretty close-knit, but of course there's a lot in Pennsylvania. There's a lot of states involved in this. So I'm not great at this. I'm very nervous. Sorry. I'm here to talk to you about Mattints by Paper Artsy. And these are a tinted glaze, and they finish with a matte finish. So that makes them different than a lot of other coloring agents. And Paper Artsy does a really wonderful job of educating you on their blog. They have so many terrific projects. I will put together a list and we'll put that in the discussion tab so you can take advantage of learning from the true experts. Leandra, who is part of Paper Artsy, did a video on these that I watched, and she has just a wonderful Australian accent, and she says Mattints in this really beautiful way. Right, of course, me with my American accent, I'm like Mattints, but these come in 8 colors. They are flying off our shelves, so I don't even have all the colors to show you, but we do have a restocking order coming up. And the original 4 colors were Glow, Shark, and the 2 that are sold out right now, which are Nutty and Fern. So these colors were made to be a bit more vintagey. And then the newest colors are the brights, which are the pink, Dragonfly, Jam, and Squeezed. Nice. So what I purchased was the idea of sort of primary. So I bought myself the pink and Dragonfly and Glow. And that's what you're going to see here. One of the things that they're known for is being buildable. So this is a one single pass with the tints. You see, you get some really lovely color, but with subsequent layers, you can go much brighter. You can also see the blends that you can get. So that's one of the things that they do is really wonderful blending. And I'm very fortunate that I can, even though we're sold out of the Nutty, I can show you the Nutty because our good friend Naya, who helps with our jams group, Judy's Altered Minds, she purchased it before they sold out. She used Gwen LaFleur's face stamps They are also, with our Creative Summit, believe me, a lot of tints went out the door, a lot of stamps went out the door, but you can pre-order Gwen's 2 face stamp sets. Gwen, during the summit, also let us know that these are featured in the current issue of Somerset Studio. She's got a project and explains a little bit more about using her face stamp. So Naya used the Nutty for the skin tones. Naya used the Jam, which is this lovely purple. And there's a little bit of the pink that you see too. So I really appreciate Naya dropping her samples off so that I could give you a better idea of the full color range.
And Naya is in here and she says, "Hi, Sharon."
Hi, Naya. Thank you.
We've got a few hellos from across everyone tuning in from across the country. June.
Oh,
nice
my
to
goodness.
See you. Crystal, of course, troublemaker.
Goodness knows what Crystal's going to have to say to me. So, one of the things that they love to use the Mattints with is their printed tissue. And we have the Seth Apter printed tissue. But this is the packaging. So I want to give you a good idea of this. So when I bought it, I'm like, oh my goodness. There is a lot. You get 4 sheets. And as you see, you just get this huge, huge amount of fodder. And so, one of the things about Mattints is that they are also an adhesive. So, I took a canvas. I took Seth's, just a rectangle of his tissue. I splashed down. I gessoed the canvas. There is some texture underneath here. And I just literally squirted my little and just crisscrossed just to get some color. And that's what's sticking this tissue down. So what I'm going to do now would be to build up some more. I'm just working on a non-stick surface that is obviously dedicated to crafting, not baking. I'm going to take a big brush right now, but you obviously could go smaller. So you see, I can go deep here, and that's all going to dry transparent. One of the things that it's great with the tissue is your black is always going to stay your nice solid black. You're not going to lose your details that you can with paint, even when you're like diluting your paint. So see, that sweep of orange, and a sweep of glow, and that turned my pinks orange. I'm going to get a little bit deeper pink here. I'm going to, let's get some blue. You can see I ended up with a nice green streak there. Then I get purple. This is why I chose to buy my primary set, what I thought of as a primary set, so I wouldn't be making mud for you. So you can kind of just keep building your color. This can go on for, it's one of the things that people remark on when they use these is it's just so relaxing. They're just this little smooth, just this hint. It's kind of hard to like do too much or ruin it. And you can always just let it go and see what you want to develop. What I also did was cut this portion out from Seth's tissue. I'm planning to adhere it there. I did turn this over and paint it white. This is so, normally the tissue would just meld right in, and I wanted this to stand out. So here, I'm going to give this some glow. And I do want to stay away from the white of the eye to keep that intact. Do a little bit of blue in the pupil.
Got a few more of our good morning to all our other jams goers who we have here in chat, and also Joan.
That's my sister supporting me. She sent me a cute little gift thing saying, "You got it," because she knows how nervous I am on camera. All right, so what I'm going to do now is pick this up. It's got a little bit more stability because of the layer of acrylic paint. And I am going to put down some extra. And this is going to adhere it.
Oh, we do have a question.
Okay.
How long does it take to dry?
So the question is, how long does it take to dry? And the answer is, it actually dries very fast. I can't give you an exact time because some of that would depend on, you know, layers if you're applying it pretty thickly and surfaces. But in general, quite dry, quite fast, which is great for mixed media. So see how that is now? It's there.
Oh, button, I didn't catch that.
Oh, what I did was turn it over. So,
like a blizzard.
Yes, like dirt. So, you know, you can just keep going and going and going with this, but how much fun is all this bright color? And we've got a lot of other cool black and white products, washi tapes. These are really interesting because they come with sort of a background, and then you can make your own sort of scene with them. But just imagine these colored up with Mattints. And what I did here, I am not a fabulous artist here, but I thought this would be an interesting way to sort of talk about the product and show you what it can do. So I started with tags that were put together in a basic neutral collage-y kind of way, pretty simple. This one, all of the color that you see there is Mattints.
Okay, I'm sorry. Could we show what the last couple things you were just showing again?
What?
The washi?
Oh, sorry. So we've got washi tape in this roll. It comes with a cool little cutter. And we got a lot of designs of that. This is Seth's tissue. And these are from 49 and Market. So these are the, you get the background sheet or idea of background, and then you get stickers. So these are all die cut separate. The stickers are die cut shapes. So you're going to peel that off and kind of put whatever you like, wherever you like it on your thing. So this could be a great travel. You could track a trip that you've taken. So these are really fun for art journaling. Got it?
Oh, and we do have a question. Have you done any of this on? Have you tried any of this on silk paper?
I have not. Judy's the silk paper queen. You know, that's a great idea. I'm sure it would work really well. That could be very pretty. Because you're getting the translucent nature of it, transparent nature of it. So, yeah, when Judy gets back, I'm going to have to ask her.
And again, Naya commenting, who has also some practice with this, that she was able to add new layers of color and more stamping within a few minutes just after doing the first layer.
Yes, you saw what I was doing here. This is where it's thin, it's pretty dry. When I did these, I was waiting for it to, dry through the swatch. It was just a matter of minutes, really. So, Leandra talked about how she was just really, they worked very hard to develop this so that you get this matte finish. That she was thinking of it sort of like a gesso type of idea. And so what happens with the matte is it's drying with, what you would call tooth. You really can work over top of it very easily, stamp with it, or stamp over top of it. It'll take like journaling over top of it with pens. They are working with the idea of it mixing with their fresco finish paints, which are famous for their matte finish. And one of the things that they advertise is mixing in some of the Mattints into a fresco finish paint to change the coloration of that, or to just get extra shades. I'm also pretty famous for sticking my hands in everything. I can tell you that it's quite pigmented. But sometimes your best blend is just going to be with your fingers. Oops. One of the things I wanted to show is I was gifted with one of the really wonderful calendars. Of course, the name's completely escaping me, and I apologize. But so it's meant to be a fodder a day. This is actually a copy of what it looked like, and that was the idea of adding color. And these are somewhat glossy, so that's one thing that's interesting is the Mattints will go over even this at the bottom. This is a glossy piece of washi tape. And covers perfectly. And again, a thin layer, a thick layer. Had a little piece. The problem with this stuff is you lose your little pieces. But no, those are nice pieces. I certainly don't want to mess with them. This is not attractive, but what I wanted to show you was this idea of, so this is Smurf fresco finish. So you've got that really matte feel. Adding the purple, going over it. You can see I not journaled, but wrote their names with a gel pen. So let's get some green.
Oh, they said in the chat it's the Artist Almanac calendar.
Thank you. Yes, I was gifted with it. It is just one of the delights of my day to turn that over, and you end up with such wonderful little pieces to just keep as a little piece of art, or to cut apart fodder school. So Paper Artsy created this really wonderful, has this other tissue, and one of our orders came in all packed in tissue. So of course, did we grab the tissue? We did. I had already done this. This is with our paints, just to put the color, and I put the color on the back intentionally thinking, well, I don't want to obscure the black. But again, with Mattints, you're not going to obscure anything. You're going to get this wonderful, and even when you're going over like blue and orange, not necessarily beautiful in paint, but you're still getting some really wonderful tones. They do recommend for if you really are wanting strong color with your tissue that you do apply some color to the back. Let that, either adhere it down or let it dry, and then put it on the front too. So that would be, your two shades of pink. You go from a lighter to a darker. I don't know. Is that about it? I apologize for the haphazardness. I did do this. I have this really cool, this is just this awesome piece of tissue kind of combination paper. So my thought with this canvas was putting it here. I did put the paint on the back because same thing. I thought that I'd want a different coloration. So what do we think? I think we need to go dark here where we'd get like a blue or maybe a green. So let's see what we got. So I just think it's interesting that the white, because this is sort of not a completely, ooh, that purple's working. Ah. And you can also just intentionally leave in this sort of streakiness. It gets a bit of ridge. I actually really like the way that's looking. So what do we think? Green?
Never too old to finger paint.
Partially blending, partially erasing, because I'm now back to maybe the idea of purple. I really love the way this pink goes with this dragonfly. It's gorgeous. But don't we all love all the colors? I remember reading a quote once, and I'm not going to get it right. I used it for an art journal exchange, something along the lines of loving all the colors, but feeling sorry for the browns or something along those lines. But now, again, that's sticky because it's a very sheer, but I'm also going to get a little base of Mattints so we know it's going to stick. And trying to catch that edge, so bear with me, because once it's down, it would be harder to peel up just by the nature of it. I can also fix that with a mark, and I think I'm better off just going this way. And I'm going to try trimming that before it dries because that's going to bother me. I'll probably go in with a marker to define that outer rim and line. But again, stuck. It is not a strong enough adhesive to put a dimensional element down. I would say that, unless you're talking about papers, cardstock, light cardstock. But you're not going to adhere like a key with it. So that's got some potential. I will be. Oh, sure. was going to continue to add. So, of course, the tissue's doing all the work. So that's great patterns. Paper Artsy, when they work with the artists to reproduce their art in the tissue, they require that it be a different size than their stamps and large. So that's why you're seeing like just this completely different thing than you would see with Seth's stamp work. And Seth's got a second collection of fabric coming out that we're going to be getting. And last year, when he was with us to share his fabrics and teach some classes in the fall, which is going to happen again in September, he was showing us the original artwork. And in some cases, it was really amazing. Like it was a piece this big, and it was blown up to be a pattern this big for the fabric. So
Naya did find the original quote.
Oh, thank you, Naya. She is just saving me today.
I cannot pretend to feel impartial about colors. I rejoice with the brilliant ones and am genuinely sorry for the poor browns.
Yes, there you go.
By Winston Churchill.
So, but you know, you need the browns. The Glow and the Nutty mix together, make a really wonderful sepia tone. That's what Paper Artsy is sharing. So a lot of these mix well, but the sort of the vintagey colors and the brights go together. And again, you can go again antiquing kind of, or you can go, yeah, I want to go bright, I want to go big. Are there any other questions? This is just scratching the surface of Mattints, obviously, but you can see the potential, I'm sure.
So. No more questions.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for bearing with me. This is not my natural environment, but I appreciate it. And Judy will be back soon, so I'm sure you'll be looking forward to that too. Thank you. Bye.